What is going on, everyone? Phil here, and something is once again different. Ladies and gentlemen, today on the podcast, we're going to be messing around a little bit with some new toys and, well, not necessarily new toys, but some newly tweaked toys. It should be pretty fun. In addition, we've got to talk about Indiana Jones, Balatro, the upcoming Path of Exile 2, which I'm playing today. We've got some news stories, some year-end wrap-ups. We've got a lot of stuff to discuss. So, I hope you guys are excited for another fun edition of the Level 1 Podcast.
Get ready for some meaningful content, because the king is back, the king of the live stream, the king is back. Woo!
Alrighty, everyone, welcome to the show. So once again, I swear to you, at some point, I will have a show with no technical issues, okay? So this morning, I'm just about to start the podcast, and it's going to be on time. It's actually going to be on time. And I go to click start, and all of my internet goes out. And I said, what in the... So, yeah, they had a minor temporary outage that lasted like 5 minutes, and then it came back. So it sucked because I couldn't start the show on time. Now, before we begin, today is Tuesday, the 10th of December, 2024. Hello, everyone. And you may notice something a little different. And no, it's not the sweater that I'm referencing. This is a sweater. I'm not kidding you. I have owned this sweater since I worked at the helicopter company in the mid-2000s. This sweater is probably about 18 years old, maybe like 17 years old. Yeah, it's that old, but it's still good. Look, still looks amazing. Truth is, I didn't really wear it that much over the years. Plus, it was a large, and then I gained a lot of weight, so I couldn't even fit it. But now I'm bringing it back for the winter season. Okay, that's right, the Sikorsky Christmas party sweater. Anyway, how are all of you doing? I hope you're all doing well. But the other thing that you're probably noticing is you're like looking behind me and you're like, what the hell is going on back there? Looks like there's like an electric party or a live wire or maybe a Tesla coil or something going on. Well, you're right. I have live wires behind me right now and they're riding around on the ground. Sparks are shooting everywhere. Okay, probably not. What's going on is I have found a way through painstaking work. I'm not even kidding you. Wait till you hear the story I have to tell you. Through painstaking work, I found a way to sync my lighting system with my RGBs on my computer, so now they are synced and working. So I can actually make the RGBs do insane, crazy effects at any moment. So, what would you guys like to see is the question. Let's have someone in the chat ask for something. Would you like, just name anything. Name some kind of a lighting effect that you think you would like to see. And I will provide one for you, and you'll get to see what I mean. Okay? I'm just ignoring all nonsense in the chat because people are being stupid. Lights off. That's the one thing I don't want to do, because if I turn it off, it desyncs, and then it's all screwed up. I'm serious. And I'm going to explain why in a second. You want to see Indiana Jones gameplay? That has nothing to do with that. Morse code, disco ball, lightning effect. All right, well, Morse code, what would be the most similar thing to Morse code? Well, I would think, let me find one. Like, Morse code would probably be like a tapping. Okay, how about the closest thing I could probably do to Morse code would be like matrix effect. Okay, how about this? So it's kind of like the Matrix. Think of like the lines of code going down the screen on the Matrix. There you go. Disco ball. There was one here that said it was like tiles. I wonder what that looks like. Oh, Lord. Whoa. Oh. uh, I guess that's kind of like a disco ball. It's pretty insane. Someone said lightning effect. Okay, that we can do. I have a storm. Hold on, let me find it. So I have thundercloud. Let's try thundercloud. I have a few of these. Thundercloud. Ah, see, that's supposed to be like lightning. And you wait, and there's going to be another bolt. There's another bolt, see? So it's like lightning is coming through a thundercloud, and it lights up every once in a while. And you could change the effects to do different rates of, like, you know, vibration and stuff like that. I may have another one. Hold on. I may have another lightning effect. I have Aurora Borealis. This one says Halloween Storm, but I think it's like purple, and then there's flashes of yellow. See, it's like purple. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. That actually, I think that's even more realistic to lightning. It looks like, yeah, look, that's pretty realistic, actually, right? That's pretty cool. All right. What else would you guys like? Name another one. I have everything. Christmas? Well, for Christmas, there is one that's supposed to look like a Christmas tree, but it works better with a whole bunch of lights rather than a strip of lights. So, for example, this is supposed to be Christmas tree, but it works much better with, like, a big layout of fans. Like, my computer looks good with it right now, but it doesn't really work with just the strip, because it's, like, green with a bunch of lights that appear and disappear. Because it's just one light strip, you can't really tell. See, it looks just more green than anything. So, that one doesn't really work too well. I don't have too many Christmas effects. I wish I did. But you can change colors in any of these effects. Oh, Rainstorm. This is Rainstorm. Ah. So you have dripping rain as blue, and then yellow as flashes of lightning. I see. Cool. And I have a million of these. Like, no lie. I have so many different ones. Look at this one. Aurora. Whoa. So again, this is supposed to be like Aurora Borealis or something. Pretty cool. So, this is basically really neat, and what you're seeing behind me now syncs with what's on my PCs. Okay, I can make them all like the same lighting. Because it's funny, some days I tell you guys, hey, I want this to work, I'm setting it up to look like this, and people are like, yeah, but we can't see it. Like, oh yeah, I get wrapped up in it. You know, I like the fancy stuff. But I forget that you guys can't see it, right? But now you can. Oh, someone said snow. Dude, I have like 10 kinds of snow. Here, let's start with the first one. The first one is called, let's see, Ice Storm. There you go. So this is supposed to be like a heavy snowstorm coming down. And then we've got, I can make it look like water as well. Sea foam, which is similar. This is supposed to be like ocean foam, like the water is coming up on the beach. Some of these crash the thing, so I don't want to play all of them. Where's the other ice one? There's a few ice ones. Arctic is the one that crashes it, so I'm not clicking on Arctic. Frost. This is supposed to be like ice crystals growing, so it's a different effect. See? Pretty cool. Okay. Eternal Napalm says Blood Moon. Okay, I have a few effects that are kind of red and bloodish. So first of all, this is just supposed to be simulated fire. As if there's a fire burning behind you. I could see that. That totally looks like a fire burning behind you. And then there's red colors. So we have magma, which is supposed to be like a lava flow. Imagine a lava flow going across the ground behind me on the floor. Right? Pretty nice. And then we've got, let's see here. Brimstone, which I guess is supposed to be like burning, like a fire in like a, you know, like a, I don't know, like a fireplace, but it's on fire. I don't know, brimstone. This one's a little bit more constant than the lava flow, actually. Embers. So these are all very similar. Here's a different variation. Embers. Here we go. And then we've got Ruby. Whoa, that's cool. Ruby is cool. It goes between different levels of red, as you can see. Wow, I like Ruby. It's like a pulsating red. There's some really cool ones, too. Like, how about this one? Ready for this one? Lightsaber Duel. Supposed to be, you know, Jedi and Sith doing a lightsaber duel behind you. See? So some of these are really cool. So this is all using a program called Signal RGB. Okay? And you can sync so many devices to this thing. But, dude, I want to put on something relaxing. Let's go to, like, Aurora Borealis. There you go. This is Aurora Borealis. So, basically, I had such an ordeal getting this to work. You have no idea. Like, this is supposed to be something simple to do. But the problem is, and I talked about this last night to some extent on my late stream before I started with Balatro. All of these devices, okay, they all now sync wirelessly, which is great. The problem is they all use outdated wireless technology for some bizarre reason. I don't know why, but they do. So they all use the wireless. I'm trying to find Borealis on my other PC so we can have them synced. Here it is. They all use this outdated wireless 2.4 gigahertz signal, okay? Which is fine if it would work all the time, but it's just a much weaker signal than the 5 gigahertz. Like, everything more modern uses 5 gigahertz. So why all of these devices in here use a 2.4 gigahertz signal, I have no idea. Now I said, well, what devices? Literally the light box I'm using right now to light my system, that's a 2.4 gigahertz signal, okay? All of the RGB setup, 2.4 gigahertz signal. The wireless that makes this Stream Deck work properly, like, everything is 2.4 gigahertz signal. I don't know why. It's really confusing. You would think everything would use the better, more modern signal, but it doesn't, okay? So the problem with that is that it has an issue. It keeps dropping. And it's really frustrating because I get everything working and everything's fine, and all of a sudden everything disappears from my Stream Deck. Well, now I can't turn anything on or off. Well, what's going on? And then it doesn't even work through the app. That's the other thing. You have apps here. Those also are using wireless. So if the wireless drops, it doesn't work properly. Very frustrating. So I'm trying to figure out, like, what's going on. And to be frank, I think it's my setup because my wireless router is over a decade old. When I moved into this house in 2014, I bought a wireless router at that time. And it's the same one I've been using for over a decade. It's a Netgear. And it's a good one. Don't get me wrong. I've liked it a lot. And I rarely have any issues with it. But at this point, I just think it's outdated. And the signal isn't working. Like, the 5 gigahertz signal, I can get throughout my entire house, no matter what room I'm in. My phones and all my devices find the 5 gigahertz. But the 2.4 drops constantly. It'll show and then disappear, then reappear, then disappear. It's like, what is going on? Why is this not consistent? It's very, very weird. So yesterday, I was trying to figure this out, and the only solution I could come to is I'm just going to get a new router. I need one. I mean, mine I've been using for a decade. It's probably very outdated. They probably have better equipment and technology in it now anyway. So I went and I ordered one. It's coming later today. I didn't want to spend any more money, but it's like, well, this is like the last piece of equipment I didn't upgrade. I upgraded everything in my office, but I forgot all about the wireless in my house. So I went ahead and got a new router, and it's coming later today. So hopefully it's a seamless install. It claims now that this router it can all be run off of an app on your phone, which I'm okay with, but I'm wondering, how can I sync with the router if the router isn't logged into yet? Because as you know, when you have a router, you plug it into a computer, whether it's a laptop, a desktop, and then you use their default IP address that they give you. And then you go in there and you can name your networks, you can set up password protection and all of that, which I need to do, obviously. But I'm wondering, with this new one, how is it going to work with this app or whatever. Someone just asked, didn't I already get a new router when the Comcast drama was happening? No, I bought a new modem. I have a modem that I own to myself in this office that's not even a Comcast modem. It's my own modem that I own. And so they can't go in there and they can't fuck around with it. They can't go in there and mess with the signal or anything, okay? And no, I didn't buy an RGB router. Let me tell you, these routers are absolutely ridiculous. What they have now, they have routers that are like $300, okay? That have like 7 or 8 different antenna around them that don't even look like routers. They look insane. It's just wild what they look like. So I didn't get any of those. I just got another like base level network Netgear router, same amount of antennas that I have now, but it's definitely a much upgraded model from, you know, one from 10 years ago. It claims it has multiple bands and stuff. I don't know what that means. Like, yeah, I guess up to 4 bands and this and that. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't. But I just want it to work. I want to get, you know, 2.4 gigahertz for everything in this office. I want 5 gigahertz for the phones and other wireless devices. For example, we have the Fire Stick downstairs that we watch TV on. So I want the Fire Stick, obviously, to work with this thing. And I just want it to be fast and not disconnect. Because that's my problem I'm having right now. Right now, my RGBs are working. All of a sudden, right in the middle of this podcast, you may notice that they stop. That all of a sudden, they'll just go to like a default setting. It'll be like, why? Because it disconnects. It disconnects out of nowhere. And then to reconnect, it's a pain because the network disappears and doesn't show up at all. And you have to wait like 10 minutes and keep refreshing. And then sometimes it comes back. And then you can connect to it again. And here's the other thing. This is how messed up all this technology is, okay? All this stuff is made by different companies. So the program I use is called Signal RGB. That's one company, all right? The lighting I'm using is another company. And then you got the Stream Deck. That's a different company. So all of them don't really sync right. They all have plugins and stuff that supposedly make them work with each other, but not really. And they keep changing each other's programs. Like they update one program. Now none of the programs sync right again. So no kidding. It took me over 2 hours. 2 hours to figure out how to get this light strip to work with my Signal RGB program. Why did it not just work? Because they kept changing all of their information. And basically there was a video on how to do it, but even the video wasn't correct. It was half correct because all the programs had changed. So just listen to how you got to do this, how dumb this is. You have to link the app for this light strip on your phone first. So you have to install the app, get the light strip on, and link the light strip just to your phone app. That's step 1. Step 2, you have to have Signal RGB working on your computer. Well, I do. Step 3, you have to have your computer connected to your wireless network. This will not work if you're just plugged in. You have to be connected wirelessly to your network. Okay, so I did that. Step 4, you have to have the app for this light strip wirelessly connected to your network. Normally, it would work just on Bluetooth, but instead you have to get it wirelessly connected as well to the same network as the PC is connected to. So once all that's done, which takes a while because like I said, it's wonky and the network keeps dropping, then you have to close Signal RGB entirely. Then you have to go over and open the app for this light strip. Then you have to connect to the network immediately. If it doesn't connect, you have to connect immediately. Then there's an option that you click on that says LAN control. So you have to click on that. And then within moments of clicking, it has to be within like 20 seconds of clicking LAN control, you have to open Signal RGB. And if you do it in that order, it has to be in that order. It's like turn on the app, sync the light strip, turn on Signal RGB, link it to your network, make sure your computer's linked to your network, close Signal RGB, connect the app to the wireless network, flip the LAN switch, then open Signal RGB. If you do it in that order, it works. And now I can control it. But only then. In any other situation, it doesn't work. It just won't sync. It won't even detect it. It's like, what the fuck? How was I supposed to know that? No, really. How was I supposed to know that? And no one knows this on the internet. There's no instructional guide anywhere. Not on the Signal RGB website. Not on the Lightstrip website. No one knows how to do this. All this to sync the lights with my RGB. And then on top of all of that, if I turn this off and I turn it on again, it desyncs. So I want it on for the podcast. And then when we go to do gameplay, I'm going to turn it off and I'll have to just resync it for the beginning of the late stream. There's nothing you can do about it. It's that stupid. Okay? Like, again, I just said the other day, why is this stuff not intuitive? Why don't these people who program all of this shit make it so that you can take it out of the box, plug it in, and use it? Nothing works like that. Even in 2024, when we have all these nice things and all these improvements to technology, it still doesn't work like that. It's still like, well, you got to fuck with this, you got to fuck with that, you got to try this order, you got to try that order, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, sync, 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 turn it off, turn it on. No, just work. You're getting paid so much money to code and program all this shit. Make it work for the normal person. Don't make me waste over 2 hours of my fucking time in this office trying to get this to work when it should be worked like this. It's just insanely stupid. Again, what it is these people who make this stuff, they're book smart. They're not street smart. They understand the coding. They're hyper intelligent individuals. If you talk to them about the ins and outs of technology, they're probably incredibly smart. But the moment that, oh, well, how about if we just plug it in and get it to work? What? Yeah, because that's what the end user is going to do. The end user doesn't want to sit around fucking around with orders and wireless networks on and off and opening this and this order and this order. We just want it to work. That's what we paid for. We spent our money to use the product, not to fuck with it for hours. But they don't care, and they're not smart enough to understand that. They only get the code. All they see is the code. They see the matrix code. That's it. They don't understand anything else. They don't even know what you mean. I don't get it. What do you mean it doesn't just work? Because they don't even use it. Same thing with YouTube. They code the shit out of YouTube, and then nothing works. And when you wonder why, it's because they don't actually use YouTube. They just code for it. So, yeah, pretty ridiculous. The amount of work going into me just getting RGB lights working. So later today, I'm getting a new router, wireless router, and I hope it works. It should. It's Netgear, which is the same brand that I used for a decade and never had a problem. So that's going to be hopefully working once the network works. Okay, once the network is stable and doesn't drop constantly, I have a feeling that everything will be smooth. But that's the problem. Like nothing, it wasn't smooth because the network kept dropping. This strand of hair won't stop dropping in my face. You notice that? It just keeps hitting me in the face. Yeah, so what a pain in the butt. But I got it working now, thankfully. It took way too long, and now we can mess around with this all day. Like already I'm kind of bored of Borealis. I want to use a different one. Let's do... We liked Ruby, didn't we? We'll do Ruby for now. Look at that. All red. And then I'll do it over here too. There. Now my whole room is synced. Ruby RGBs. Every PC and the lights behind me are all Ruby RGBs. There we go. Okay. So, now that I got through that segment, woohoo, it's time to move on to actual, updates on the games I'm playing, my schedule, and game news, all kinds of stuff today. All right? I'm actually happy that I wasn't like 45 minutes late today. I actually have enough time to do a proper podcast today. So that's good. So, let's talk about everything going on. First of all, yesterday, all right, we hit both goals on both streams. Now, for Indiana Jones, we almost didn't. For Indiana Jones, we had $70, and basically, it was ending, okay? And then the stream was about to go off, and someone tipped me a giant $100 tip. So we actually exceeded the goal on the first stream, which was awesome. It happened last minute, though. So then we got to goals hit 3. And then last night, I was playing Balatro, and we actually did hit the goal again. So now we're up to goals hit 4. Remember the way this new system works, there's no streak. It doesn't matter if we hit the goal every stream or not. But every stream that we do, it counts as another number in our goals hit milestones, okay? If we happen to hit more than one, like let's say we make $300 on this stream today, well, guess what? That counts as 2. So it's pretty cool because everything counts now towards, a goal or a reward, right? Now, today, we've got 2 interesting games that I'm playing on stream. And yesterday, we also had 2 interesting games. So what I want to do is kind of like recap what we did yesterday, give you my initial thoughts on Indiana Jones, give you my thoughts on Balatro, which I didn't know, how it was going to work or what to expect. So Let's do that, and then we'll talk about today's games, which is based off of your feedback, and then we'll go from there. We got a couple of shout-outs. Okay, our first shout-out of the day is a $6.66 tip from an absolutely disgusting name that I'm never going to repeat on stream because it's so vile. What I'll do is I'll give you an abbreviation, and you can guess if you can guess what it was. So thank you for the first tip of the day. $6.66. You figure out what that's an abbreviation for, because I'm not reading it. Thank you for the first tip of the day. Okay? I also received a super chat from someone called Simple Debate 998, $5, and they're saying, 15 years watching, your jokes and money talk ruin RPG immersion. So you don't watch my content. Gotcha. Just want to make that clear that you're a detractor who doesn't actually watch the content. If you think that I'm constantly making jokes and talking about money, that didn't happen yesterday. So you're full of shit. The new Indiana Jones streams shine by letting the story speak. Try it. So you want me to do nothing. You don't want me to talk. You don't want me to talk with the audience. You don't want me to comment. You don't want me to joke. You just want me to sit here silent and play the game. So why do I need to stream it? You could just watch anyone play it then. I mean, it's what I mean. These things that people say are just so fucking stupid, right? So this person is basically saying, you're talking too much, you're joking too much, and you talk about income too much. First of all, yesterday, I only brought up contributions 3 times between each part that I was recording, basically, of Indiana Jones. I would say, hey, FYI, here we are, here's our status, here's how much longer I'm streaming. If you wanted to count towards the goal, let's hit it. And then I would move on. I didn't hang on it. I didn't harp on it. I talked about it maybe in the last 15 minutes just to let everyone know, hey, the goal's not going to be hit, and that's okay. But, you know, I'm not going to be playing this tonight because it didn't do as well as you would hope for a new release. I'm going to do Balatro tonight instead. Actually, what I was asking the audience was, should we do Balatro or should we do Bloodborne? And there was actually a debate in chat about if Phil should do Bloodborne or Balatro. That's what happened. But you wouldn't know that because you weren't there. You probably watch a detractor highlight because you're a fucking idiot. And you don't actually watch the content. You just watch the spin on the content. So here's the deal. I can't help you if you're stupid. If you're here and you watch, that's one thing. If you're going to watch detractor content and then do a $5 super chat and pretend like you watched, all you do is expose yourself for the mouth drooler you are. And I don't care about your opinion. Okay. Alrighty then. So let's continue. FYI, let's see how today goes on this stream. You know, 150 is the goal. If we hit it, we hit number 5 in our goals hit milestones. Remember, our first reward is at 10. When we hit 10, I do DSP tries it. Now, if we stay on pace, meaning if we hit this goals, today's streams, tomorrow's streams, and Thursday streams, it means that we will be doing DSP tries on Friday, which is what we were actually doing previous. We were doing it every Friday. Okay? And remember, we have a stacking reward system. When we hit 50, we're either going to do a day-long marathon of your choice, or we're going to do a viewer's choice event where you can choose a game for me to play a stream or two and decide if we make a full playthrough of it or not. So we haven't done those kind of things in a while. So that would be pretty exciting, I feel. So let's keep it rolling, right? Let's keep the support going. And the sooner that we hit 10, the sooner we do DSP tries it. And the sooner we hit 50 is the sooner that we do those special events and we set them up. Now, when we hit 100, which of course is going to take a while. I mean, even if you do the math, if we hit the streak every day, I mean, the goal every day. I keep calling it the streak. It's not a streak. It's a goal. If we hit the goal every day, every stream, and we hit it once a stream, it's still going to take a while. You know, in a week, you could get around 10. So if you do the math, you know, probably 10 weeks. So probably by like, you know, early March-ish, or maybe late February, we could actually do a playthrough of Stellar Blade, because that's what the reward is. When we hit 100, we're going to do Stellar Blade as a playthrough. However, remember, there is a possibility that you can get it earlier if we hit more than just one goal. Because now if we double or triple the goal on any particular stream, it counts as more than one. And that has happened sometimes. We've had a few streams where people were overly generous, and then it kind of was like, well, it didn't matter, didn't really help anything. Well, now it will. If we double, triple, etc. the goal, it counts for multiple times over on one particular stream. keep in mind, that counts for upcoming marathons as well. You know, typically like Christmas marathon, you know, I do pretty good. People come out and they're generous and supportive, and that will count now towards this, you know, the streak multiple times, you see? So it's cool. It's happening. You know, this new way of doing things, I feel, is much, much better than the way that we were doing it with the streak and everything in jeopardy. But really, you know, we weren't having these fun special stacked rewards or anything like that, and now we do. So awesome. Thank you to anyone who contributes in any way today, even the dunce trolls, right? Okay. Let's see here. I received a $2 tip from Poopy Head. No, you guys, I'm going to be honest with you, all right? This is hilarious because people say this dumbest shit. People are like, you're wearing the Chris Chan sweater. Okay, you ready for this? How dumb this fucking comment is? You ready? How dumb what you're saying is? Because I just want to show you how stupid you are. Okay, ready? This is the... Oh, there's snow. I didn't mean to do that. This is the Chris Chan sweater. It is a striped red and blue and white sweater with tons of stripes on it. Do you see that? This is not the same fucking sweater in any way, shape, or form. This is a Nautica designer sweater that costs a lot of money, that existed before Chris Chan and will exist after Chris Chan. What are you talking about? It doesn't look anything like the fucking Chris Chan sweater. If you think it's the same, you're stupid. That is a El Cheapo crappy ass fucking sweater that he wore in videos, or she wore in videos, or whatever the hell they choose wore in videos. It's not, I'm not wearing a Chris Chan sweater. Okay. So now you've been publicly felted, publicly embarrassed for saying something stupid. Okay. Now you can stop saying it because you sound stupid. Please stop sounding stupid. Okay. Anyway. I just find it funny because now people are like, I'm not going to call them out. Of course I am. Dude, I got the setup to call your ass out. Any fucking time you say something stupid, I'm going to call your dumb ass out 100% of the time. Right? What a dumb thing to say. That's right. And your holiday-themed spoon is on the way. It's en route to your house right now. Special delivery from the Polar Express. Okay. It's not similar at all, you dunce. Wow. I'm not going to even address it. I'll just wait for everyone to say something. I'll just ban them as soon as they say something dumb in the chat. Okay. I received a $2 tip from Captain Based Pants. If you had to guess how many hours you streamed, is there anyone that streams more of you that you're aware of? Dude, there's people who stream like 24/7. The IRL streamers are insane. Those people literally don't have a private life. They stream every moment of their life. They stream when they're asleep. So there's absolutely no way I could ever try to say... By the way, we're at $10 in tips right now. I don't know why it said 6. We should have been at 8. There's absolutely no way that I could ever try to say that, you know, I'm the most prolific streamer, you know. Now, over the years, if you take a look at the raw amount of videos that I've uploaded to YouTube, right, including all the years of gameplay, the reviews, the vlogs, the travel, the stuff I used to do there, and then the streaming and all the times I record, arguably you can say maybe I'm the most prolific gamer on YouTube, okay? But even then, there's people who are just insane, and they literally never stop. So there probably are people who've done more than me. At one point, I would have said I probably was the most prolific gaming uploader to YouTube, but probably not anymore, you know? Is that true? There's a girl named Emily CC. She has never stopped streaming for 3 years. Then how does she use the bathroom and shower? How does she go shopping? Like, how does she do it? There's things you have to do in private. How does she do them? That's insane. That's pretty wild. No, I've never watched a Chris Chan documentary. No. Someone just inflamed the nut says, did you ever watch or react to a Chris Chan documentary? I've never watched one. Mostly because, to my knowledge, is it not true that, like, he has some mental stuff going on? And I know that, like, yes, he's done heinous things, but it's kind of like, There's a difference between, okay, there's someone on the internet who's a lolcow, but they're a lolcow through their own decisions and actions, versus there's someone who's kind of like has mental disorder, and that's why they act the way they do. I don't really want to watch a documentary on that. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. At least that's my take on it. I don't know. I don't know because I never watched a documentary. I don't know much about him. If he actually has anything or anything, you know, I don't know what's going on with that. PewDiePie has a YouTube channel where he runs his own videos 24/7 on Twitch. Oh, so it's not a YouTube channel, it's a Twitch channel. Gotcha. I'm sure I could do that too, except I would need a whole setup to do it. You know, I would need a whole separate PC somewhere in the house to just sit there and stream on an internet line, right? My nonstop stuff. I don't think anyone would care. No, I don't know any. I'm telling you, I know nothing at all about Chris Chan's and his lore or nothing. I'm the most misinformed, or I'm not misinformed, uninformed person on purpose. Like, I want nothing to do with Chris Chan. Do you understand? Like, I don't know about him. I don't care about him. I don't want to be a part of anything with him. I don't want a Sonichu medallion, which I found out apparently is like a big cursed item or something. I want nothing to do with him. So, okay. So, Matt, 7 months as a member. You rock, Phil. Glad I discovered you in 2015. Thank you, Matt, for the support and the kind words. I really appreciate that. Cool. I don't think that counted as a new one. No, it did not. That's an existing one. Okay. Want to be sure to count, you know, what's new and what's not. So thank you for that. Okay. So what I'd like to do now is I'd like to talk a little bit about the games that we played yesterday. All right. Jade. Oh, I see. Jade says that he's here, but he doesn't know if he's going to stick around, or he doesn't know if he's going to like Path of Exile 2. I don't know either. If you like Diablo 1 and 2, apparently that's what this game plays like. And I like Diablo 1 and 2, but if not, it's probably just going to be boring and repetitive for most people. Like I told you guys, I wasn't sold that you guys were going to like it, but I bought it per your requests, so I hope people should stick around for it. Okay? Okay. Match contributed is not counted to the goal because it's not a fresh membership that counts today. He's popping a notice for a membership that already went through previous. So it already got counted. Oh, yeah? Matt says, I discovered you because this is how you don't play Jack 2, laugh my ass off, but I love your channel. The old This Is How You Don't Plays, honestly, weren't bad. You know, now I look back at them, and I've seen some of them, and I laugh at them. I'm like, yeah, they are funny. They're observationally funny about how bad I was at games versus being malicious. You know, I don't think that a lot of the original content was intended to be malicious at all. It was just like laughing at how bad I was at games. You know what I'm saying? But now, you know, I had to say, last, you know, 7 to 10 years, a lot of people turned it into really vicious, malicious, just nonsensical stuff. So, anyway. Let's see here. All right, I'm just ignoring this nonsense. Okay. So, let's go ahead and let us begin. Let's talk about yesterday's games. Okay, so yesterday, I played 2 games. I started off with Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. So first off, the intro to the game is outstanding. It's probably the best they could have possibly done. They recreated the opening scenes of Raiders of the Lost Ark with the original temple and swapping of the idol for the bag of sand and the big boulder and everything. Really, really cool. Great intro. Had a great time with it. And then it jumps into an original plot, which is neat. You end up going to the Vatican, and you're trying to investigate this guy who had broken in and stolen a mummified cat from the museum that you work at a university. And you're going around trying to investigate mysteries. There's hidden areas, puzzle boxes to solve, safe and chest combinations to find through solving of puzzles. There's platforming. There's action with combat, you know, fighting enemies and stuff. It really does feel to me like Dishonored without magic powers. Like, that's exactly the best way to describe it. You're exploring this big map, this open world area. There's all these places to go and things to discover in the environments that are really, really cool. And the more that you play and the more that you take time to explore, the better the game is. Okay? If you just rush through and do the story, it's going to be much shorter. Like, there's 2 story things in the area to do, but there's like a ton of side content to discover. So I kept getting lost because there's so much to explore and discover in the area that I ended up going in circles and stuff. And it's funny because I'm finding things to do, but I don't have the things to do yet. Like, they're like, oh, this is a symbol on a wall you're supposed to take a picture of, but you don't have the camera yet. Oh, shit. So maybe I should have went and did the base story first to have the camera. And then when I was here, I would have been able to, do this part. So, but it's fun. It's very immersive. And basically, you kind of like get sucked in to the point where you don't realize that you're spending as much time on it as you are. Kind of similar to, say, like Elder Scrolls, where when you play those games, you'll be playing for 7 hours and you think you played for an hour. Like, what happened? Where'd the time go, right? That's this kind of game, really. It like immerses you. It sucks you in. That's a good thing. But I'm not sure that it's very good for an audience, because a lot of the time you're just going to be exploring. You're just going to be messing around. And I don't know if a live audience really is going to get that interested in a game like that. Maybe if it was just a streamlined playthrough of just the main story, that would immerse the audience. But when there's going to have a lot of time exploring and stuff like that, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work. Like, for example, we had good attendance because everyone was interested in the game, but the chat was barely engaging or talking about the game. A lot of the chat was talking about completely unrelated stuff because I don't think there was much to talk about in the game. I'm just running around and exploring and platforming and doing this and doing that. You know what I mean? So because of that, there's not really much to say on the game. Now, when I'm doing the main story, then there was. So it's kind of like a trade-off. Sometimes it's kind of interesting, sometimes it's not. But I noticed that most people were disengaged. I think that's also why by the end of that stream, we had only had $70 of support. Because a lot of people watched the intro and loved the intro. And then as soon as the intro ended and it went, oh, open world exploration, they kind of tuned out and stopped paying attention. So, to be honest, I'm not sure what better I can do if I play that game. And the thing is, I liked it and I want to play it again. So I am going to do another stream of it this week. But I don't know how to make that playthrough better because the game is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I can improve the game. All I can do is play it and try to talk with you guys when I'm playing it. And I kept saying to chat, hey, what's going on? And a lot of people were, huh? Like, they were not paying any attention. Like, dang, that's not good. It reminds me of, again, playing a game like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, where I might be enjoying it, but the audience is not. They're not finding it engaging and fun. They're not talking with me. Instead, they're kind of like zoning out. So I'm not sure how much more it's going to work or not. I want to play it again later in the week and see. Again, apparently the game's around 30 hours long, and I'm 3 hours in. So I'll give it another shot later in the week. I'm not sure if I want to do it as the day or night stream. I'm debating that. It's either going to be tomorrow's day or night stream, and the other game's going to be Bloodborne. Hey, Bloodborne gets engagement, gets people excited, talking, So I'm not sure. Maybe I should do Bloodborne as the day stream, right? I'm not sure. I guess we'll see. So anyway, yeah, so that's what I thought about Indiana Jones. I've uploaded the videos. They did okay. They didn't do great. Actually, yesterday's highlight that I made was of Indiana Jones. It was a funny part where I accidentally murdered a dude. Didn't intend to, but I did by accident. I knocked him off a rooftop. So now Indiana Jones is basically like a brutal murderer, completely inadvertently. And then basically later on, the cops find the body, and they literally say, I'm not even kidding you. They say, oh, some bad weather we're having. That's what the police say when they find a dead body in the middle of the street. So I made like a highlight of it, of like when I accidentally murdered the guy, finding the body in the street, and then later on a cop finding the body, and I edited it all together. So I can do those kind of cool edits now as highlights, right? So that's cool. So I don't know. I would love your opinions on the game. I'm not sure if you guys like it or not. And it's hard to tell from the videos. Like part 1 doesn't even have 1,000 views yet. It's like, well, I don't think people are too excited for it, honestly. When a standard part of a different playthrough is doing better, when the daily wrap from the other day has more views than part 1 of a new game, I think that says something. You know what I mean? So I guess we'll see as I continue. I'm going to play it again. Like I said, tomorrow, I'm just not sold if it's going to be, the day or night stream. And we'll go from there. Okay? Okay, cool. So now last night, I played Balatro. Now, Balatro is a Game of the Year contender according to the Game Awards. And it's a game that is definitely an indie game with, pixel art graphics, but it's a spin on poker. Basically, if you know poker and you enjoy poker, you're probably really going to like Balatro. In this game, you're trying to raise a certain amount of chips through hand combinations. So, for example, 3 of a kind gets you some base points for the cards you play to get 3 of a kind, but also there's multipliers involved because of the hand type you have. So each hand that's more difficult to get has better multipliers. Now, also, as you're playing, you earn money, and the money you can spend on Joker cards, and the Joker cards give you all kinds of abilities. Like, for example, anytime you play a 10 or a 4, you get a giant multiplier, okay? Let's see. Every time that you get a 3 of a kind, multiplier is now increased. Stuff like that. And it's really cool. Like, you get cards in your deck that are rarer and have multipliers and extra rewards for playing them. So it very fast gets way more complicated. And it comes down to the point where now you have to do special plays and things to stay in the game. And you need to win 8 different rounds, and each round is 3 different challenges. They call them antes, I think. I'm not sure. I get all the terminology. I'm confused because I've only played it one stream. But, dude, I'm hooked on this game. I love it. Basically, I did 3 rounds last night. The first round lasted over an hour, and I got to ante 6 of 8. So I was almost to the end of the game. The game is only 8 antes, and then you win. So I was getting there. And for a honest first try run, it was really fun and good that I got that far. And then the second run was all right, but I made a few mistakes. And then the third run, I was actually doing well, but I ran out of time. So I had a great time with Balatro, and a lot of people actually showed up for it more than I expected would for an indie game, and they supported it, and I hit the goal. All right, so surprising, yes, but I loved it, and I can't wait to play more of it. I definitely want to have Balatro in the rotation. Now, I'm definitely not saying I'm going to do it all the time, but I would like to squeeze it in like once or twice a week possibly, because I really had a good time with it, and I want to keep playing. But I'll say this, even if you don't understand Balatro at all, if you don't understand poker at all, you can still like the streams. Just come and hang out, because the streams are social streams where we can just talk about unrelated subjects while I'm playing Balatro. It's not an action-intensive game. I can literally just stop and talk with you for a minute and then go right back to the game. It's not like, oh, no, I'm going to lose a life if I do that or anything like that. So, if you like chill stream stuff, hopefully, you'll join me when I play Balatro in the future. Okay? Cool. Okay. So, that was yesterday's streams, and that's, we hit the goals, which was excellent that we did. And now today's going to be another interesting day as well, because of a game that we're about to play that I don't know if I'm going to like it or not, or if you're going to like it or not. It all depends on many factors, I assume. And this is a game that I didn't know anything about until Friday. Really, I knew nothing at all about this game whatsoever. I didn't even know it existed. Okay? And then you guys said to me, why aren't you playing Path of Exile 2? And I said, what the hell is Path of Exile 2? I don't even know what you're talking about. I thought, no lie, I got it confused with Pillars of Eternity 2, because of the same abbreviation, PoE 2, right? So I thought they were the same game. Now, Pillars of Eternity, I know, is like a slow, strategic, turn-based RPG that's mostly PC-centric, although I know they did port it to consoles at one point. So I had thought that, like, there was an update or something to Pillars of Eternity 2. I didn't even know what you guys were talking about, okay? And you guys were like, no, you got it all wrong. It's Path of Exile 2. This game is a game that's similar to Diablo. And I guess Path of Exile 1 came out in like 2013. And when it did, a lot of people said it was much better than Diablo 3. And it was picking up the reins for that style of addictive RPG. So I hadn't even known, excuse me. There's one thing I want to do. I want to map my microphone on here, and I haven't had a chance to do it yet. I want to put my microphone on Stream Deck so I can just mute out when I'm clearing my throat or coughing or burping or something like that, but I don't have that yet. I should get it though. I absolutely should. Shout out to Rare Tricks. Rare Tricks is our first contributor over on Kick today, a gifted sub. So thank you, Rare Tricks. Let's get you on the leaderboard. I appreciate that. That gets us up to $15 in support today. Okay. So, you were hoping that I would read out the recipient's name. The recipient's name was Please Don't Ban 11. Apparently someone who must have been banned on Kick and made a sock account or something. I don't know. Okay. All right. So anyway, yeah. So Path of Exile 2, you guys on Friday, apparently this game came out Friday in early access. Now, I didn't even know that it existed. So here I am. I'm about to play Marvel Rivals, and everyone's yelling at me saying, Phil, why aren't you playing Path of Exile 2? I said, what the holy hell is Path of Exile 2? So you guys told me about it over the weekend, and I said, now listen, I'm willing to try new stuff. Totally. Like, there's no reason for me to not try something new if you think that this is something good and something that we're all going to enjoy. I don't see why I wouldn't play Path of Exile 2. So we talked about it over the weekend, and I, found out it's only $30 for the early access. And I said, all right, now here's the thing. I'm basically doing this on faith. I didn't know anything about it. I hope that you guys are right telling me that it's like Diablo, because I like Diablo. I like classic Diablo. Like 1 and 2 are great games. 3 and 4 are just okay. But 1 and 2 were really good addictive games back in the day. So if it plays like that, I think that's going to be great. I think it's going to be super fun, for sure. And I can't wait to try it out. But the thing is, I've played Diablo 3. I've played Diablo 4. I don't know if this game is going to work, because those games did not. To be honest, they didn't catch on as playthroughs. They weren't games that people really liked that much. I didn't get great attendance or support or anything like that. So I'm not sure that this game's going to work. But listen, I went ahead and I took your advice and I dropped the money on it, and we're going to play it today, and we're going to see if it's any good. Okay? I hope it's good, and if it is, we'll keep it in the rotation as a playthrough. But now we're getting hairy, and here's what I mean by that. Indiana Jones, Path of Exile 2, Bloodborne, and you guys are asking me to do the DLC, Stalker 2, all right? That's four different games that have, established stories and are pretty lengthy games. These are not short games, right? Then you got a game like Balatro. Now that you can play whenever you want. Then you got multiplayer games like Marvel Rivals, right? So I'm juggling a hell of a lot right now. And I don't know how I'm going to have enough time, honestly, to play all of that. Oh, yeah, by the way, there's also Microsoft Flight Simulator that I'm playing. So now I'm playing like 7 games. And how exactly am I going to do that and not have a game wait too long? That's the problem, is, everyone likes a certain thing. Some people liked indie. They want more indie. Some people want Stalker 2, and they're wondering why I'm only playing it once a week. Some people are upset with me that I only played Marvel Rivals for 1 stream so far when it's such a popular game on Steam. It is. It's like a really popular game on Steam. It's maintaining a large player base, right? So with all these games out, I don't know how I'm supposed to be able to play them all, or how do you judge what you play more of, what you play less of? I honestly don't know, especially when it's hard to decide when you're having a good time with most of the games, So I'm doing my best. So here's the schedule, and I know this is a weird one. Today, it's Path of Exile 2 on the first stream. We're giving it a shot. And then tonight on the late stream, 6:15 p.m. Pacific time, it's Marvel Rivals, our second session ever, where I'll try new heroes and characters. Okay? Tomorrow, I know what I'm playing. I'm just uncertain what order to do it. Tomorrow, I'm playing Bloodborne, and I'm playing Indiana Jones. Now, what do I do? Do I play Bloodborne as the day stream or as the late stream? Do I play Indie as the day stream or the late stream? I got distracted by Jasper Kitty. He's right here. I don't know. Right? What do you guys think? Should I play more Bloodborne or should I play more Indie tomorrow? I'm open to suggestion, whatever you guys think is best, but I don't know what's best. Okay? So let's see. Let's see what happens. You guys give me your feedback today on what you want more of, and that'll determine the order of streams for tomorrow. Okay? Then on Thursday, on the day stream, I'm finally playing some Stalker 2 for the week. And I know you're waiting all week for Stalker 2. Finally, we're going to get back to it. And then Thursday night is going to be my politics show, DS Politics. And let me tell you guys, holy crap, we have a lot of political stuff that's gone down this week to talk about. Are you ready for this? So, this week alone, we've had the suspect in the United Healthcare CEO's killing has finally been caught and arrested, and everyone's commenting on it. And people from both sides of the political spectrum have interesting things to say. We've got Daniel Penny, the man who basically took down someone in a New York subway, and then the guy ended up dying, getting acquitted of all charges in a New York City trial, and people are going absolutely crazy over that verdict, politically on both sides. Of course, we have all the madness that's going on this week in Syria, where the government's been ousted, right? We got stuff to talk about there. We've got another $988 million of American taxpayer money going to the Ukraine. In addition to what I talked about a couple weeks ago, the Biden administration is giving more money. And then on top of that, you know, the leader of the Ukraine, Zelensky, is literally saying that if the United States stops giving money, we should lose our NATO and global leadership positions. So we've got quite a lot, all right, of politics to talk about, particularly on Thursday night. So don't worry, we're not talking about that now. We're talking about that on Thursday night on DS Politics, exclusively streamed on Kick. And then I'll make the highlights, and those highlights will go live on DSP Reacts over the course of the week. Okay? So this is going to be a crazy show on Thursday night with tons of hot topics to talk about, with all the stuff going on right now in politics. Okay? And then on Friday, it'll be another full day of gameplay. And it's like, well, what will I play? Well, should I play Path of Exile 2 again? Should I play Indiana Jones again? Should I play Bloodborne? Should I play Stalker? What about the night stream? Should I have another night stream of Microsoft Flight Simulator? Should I bring back Balatro? People are saying it's Balatro. Is it Balatro or Balatro? I don't know how to say it. I thought it was Balatro, but I guess people are saying I'm pronouncing it wrong. So, I literally don't know what to do on Friday. Okay? So that's what I mean. Like, this is a wild week. And then on top of that, re-releases and remakes are coming out. There was The Thing, you know, remake or remastered that dropped this week. I can't play that. I have no time. And then I guess there's the Soul Reaver collection, and I don't have time for that either. You know, I just don't. I can't. I'm juggling too many games already as it is. I can't add more games to the repertoire. Like, if we want to do those later, I can. But there's absolutely no way I could be adding even more games to what we're doing right now. That would be insane. Okay? All right. So, today, Path of Exile 2 and Marvel Rivals. Tomorrow, combination of Indie and Bloodborne. I just don't know what order to play them. Okay? All right. Cool. All right, now, I want to do a few news stories today. We have a couple interesting ones here, okay? Let's start off today with a news story regarding a game studio called People Can Fly. If you don't know who People Can Fly is, allow me to show you, because I looked them up, because the name was familiar, but even I couldn't remember who they were. People Can Fly basically specialize in FPS games. Although they have dabbled in other things. Oh, it looks like this glitched. Hold on. Although they have dabbled in other things, such as apparently Gears of War Judgment they worked on, which is interesting because that's really old. It's not 2022. That's false. That game came out over a decade ago. That was the spin-off game of Gears of War. Bulletstorm, I remember playing Bulletstorm. It was a really good game. And I guess recently they made Bulletstorm VR or something. But yeah, what they're known for more recently is Outriders. This that 2021, team shooter game. And I guess a lot of people played it back then, but it's definitely monstrously dipped in popularity recently. No one's really talking about Outriders, and not many people are playing it as much anymore, right? So this is the games that they've worked on over the years. But we haven't heard from them in a while besides Outriders. I guess that's their current project, right? So, sadly this morning, People Can Fly had their CEO post an update. And I'm trying to remember. I think you do this and then you can zoom in. Yes. Today we made a very difficult decision to reduce our self-publishing strategy by suspending Project Victoria, scaling down our team on Project Bifrost, and restructuring some of our supporting teams at People Can Fly. We're deeply saddened by the fact that the situation means suspending or parting ways with more than 120 talented aviators, colleagues who we enjoyed having as part of our team. This action became necessary as eternal market pressures persisted beyond our forecasts. The video game market is still evolving. We have to adjust where things are today. We are redoubling our efforts with new work-for-hire engagements and focusing on the development of a single independent game. And then we believe in our teams. We're grateful for their contributions. We realize that this is a profoundly challenging time for our team members. Blah, 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 blah. So basically what it sounds like is they made a good game in Outriders, right? That made them some good money. And then they were hoping that based on the success of Outriders, that they were going to be able to make multiple games at one time. But sadly, the money dried up, right? And it's true. The money dried up. It's kind of disappointing that they were kind of banking all on one thing. Like, Outriders did have a good thing going for a while, but then 10 others of the same genre came out. This whole team-based online shooter thing, right? It was hot for a bit, games like Apex Legends and stuff like that. But only a few really have carried that popularity through longevity, and many others were popular for a short time and then fizzled out. That's the case with a game like Outriders, So, likely, the well ran dry, right? They spent all their money, and now they realize they're halfway through development on two different games. One was called Project Victoria, the other Project Bifrost, but they can't afford to do it anymore. So now they're basically laying off a big portion of their workers, and that sucks. 120 people are now out of the job. And in this case, I'll say it, it's not what we've seen with other companies. This is not Xbox effing up, right? And then having to cut and fire entire studios or anything like that. This is already a small-time company that previously had worked on popular games, that had made another game that was semi-popular, made them some good money, but now they just didn't get to where they wanted. They worked hard, they wanted it to do well, but it is what it is. So it's unfortunate to see people lose their jobs, but again, it's a symptom of a game industry where a lot of these games as a service games, notably, they're not having the longevity that I think these companies are hoping for. I guarantee you that People Can Fly thought that Outriders was going to last like 5 to 10 years. Like, oh, this will be our cash cow. This will be our destiny, right? And that'll last a long time. We could use that to finance a bunch of other projects. So they started the other projects, but then the money dried up from Outriders and they have no income anymore. So now what do? Well, they have to cancel some of the projects. It sucks. You want these guys to make better games. So, sad, but another symptom of our industry. It's not a failing industry, but it's definitely an industry where I feel like there was a lot of bloat for a while. Like, let's be honest, Outriders, would you think that Outriders was going to be successful for 5 to 10 years? The bubble burst on that. The bubble burst on Battle Royale. The bubble burst on team-based shooter, online co-op. All these bubbles are bursting. No one wants to play the 10th new game of the same exact genre anymore. These are all very popular for like a moment, and then they fail. Look at that other game that just recently announced its closing. What was it? X Defiant or whatever, I think it is. That game lasted, what, a year? And that one's shutting down because no one's playing it anymore. All these games get hyper popular at launch because that style of streamer, right? These streamer, I play every FPS. So they get paid to promote it. They play it for like a month or two, and then they just drop it and move on. So the game gets very popular for a short period of time. And then over time, you get some of a player base that stick around, but not everyone. And then you see the Steam numbers start to plummet. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, this game was really popular for a few months. And then no one talked about it after, right? It's like, what the hell? So, yeah, it is what it is. It's sad. Again, I don't want to see them lose jobs. And especially because this is not a bloated company like Microsoft laying people off for no good reason. But it's just sad to see people lose their jobs in general. Hopefully these people land somewhere where their talents can be used. It's hard because right now in the industry, like, where are the real shooters, right? There's not that many. It's hard to compete. Apex Legends was lucky enough to kind of have the longevity it's had. While a lot of it's contemporaries, other games that are similar kind of floundered and failed over time. So I wonder. I guess we'll have to see. But anyway, sad. Very sad whenever, a game studio has to downscale or have issues, right? So, okay. Continuing on, we have a couple shout-outs to do, and then we have another news story. Well, a couple news stories, actually. All right, so I received a $2 tip from someone says you should play Fortnite on Fridays and call it Fortnite Fridays. That is something that I don't think I would give two craps about. I would be so bored playing Fortnite, really. Like, I played Fortnite when it was a new game, and then I played it again when it was updated, and then I played it a third time when it was updated, and I've won. I've gotten victory royales before, and I just don't like it. I never did. Like, I never actually liked Fortnite. I always was kind of bored. So, I don't think that I'm going to be playing Fortnite anytime soon. But thank you for the tip. And then I received a $3 tip. It's talking about restreamers. I'm well aware that there are restreamers. I'm not stupid. I'm well aware that there are restreamers who do it illegally. These are not people who are doing a transformative work whatsoever, because you can't do a transformative work out of a live broadcast, okay? Allow me to explain, because some people are such dunce-headed idiots, they don't understand how the law works, okay? You are allowed commentary, criticism, or a transformative work, okay? All right, as long as you are not rebroadcasting or representing 100% of someone's work, or you are adding enough that it becomes something completely different. You literally cannot rebroadcast someone live and transform it enough to be something completely different. It's not possible. What you're doing is you are presenting content that's not yours, that you don't own, all right, as your own, and you are presenting it as something to make money on or get views and attention on, which is illegal. You cannot do it, okay? This is why you cannot live broadcast any sports game ever around the world and then credit it and make money on it and monetize it. You can't do that. You can't do that with a live television show. You can't do it with a movie. It's illegal. It doesn't matter how much commentary and criticism you do on it. It's still illegal, okay? It's different than say, oh, I'm reviewing someone or I'm razzing someone, or if you ask permission. For the record, I will be doing a full-length reaction to June the King's documentary on Mr. Medicare next week. I don't have the date set yet. I will let you know when I have the date set, but it's happening next week. I received permission from June to do that because I asked him for permission, and he said yes. Now, he didn't have to say that. He could have said, no, I don't want you to rebroadcast my entire documentary, because then people won't watch the raw documentary. And then I would say, I have to respect that decision because you have the legal right to say that. Okay? That's the truth. 100% true. And this is why, for example, we talked about this about a month or two ago on my now defunct clip show, but YouTubers have been making documentaries, and then someone like Asmongold will watch the documentary back, and Asmongold will get 2 million views while the original documentarian only gets 200,000, and then no one goes back to watch the original documentarian's video. Everyone watches the Asmongold react, so he literally makes all the money on the work, even though he did no work. Is that fair? No. Is it legal? No, it's actually not legal. I'm telling you right now, it's not. Just because YouTube doesn't take action, just because no one is suing over it and slapping lawsuits, doesn't mean it's legal. Fair use only covers a certain portion and a certain length. You can't completely reproduce someone else's work in its entirety and say that that's fair use transformative work. That's false. Okay? You have to get permission. So, sorry to all these illegal restreamers out there who restream me every day. Guess what? You're breaking the law. Now, I'm not going to come after you for it. I'm not going to sue you. And yes, a ton of other people do what you're doing, but it's still illegal. That's why with the Game Awards, are you aware that to formally restream the Game Awards and be legal, you have to get permission? And they have a mailing list you join, you sign up, and then they send you the rights in a document to restream, and then they even send you assets. They'll send you logos and other things that you can put into your restream. But you have to ask permission. BB Hoodrat, you are completely fucking incorrect. That is not even what those court cases were about. You're a moron. You're an absolute moron. Okay? So, anyway, yeah, you can't, because here's the problem with it. If you are live restreaming someone, okay, that person literally doesn't have opportunity to make any profits on their content before you do. That's the problem, okay? You can argue that with an on-demand video, perhaps someone has the choice of watching the raw video or the react video. With a live stream, you don't. Like, literally, you're already, the moment that I'm broadcasting for the first time, before anyone has an opportunity to even have a chance to decide, you've already rebroadcasted my content. That's illegal. Again, that's why it's not allowed for sports games, for movies, for television. If it were, you'd be able to live rebroadcast any sports game you wanted and do commentary over it. Can you do that with the Super Bowl? No. Can you do that with a basketball game? No. Can you do that with a new TV show airing on TV right now? No. Or what about on Netflix? No. What about movies? Man, I want to rebroadcast a hot new movie and do full commentary on it. No, you're not allowed. So what makes you think it's allowed on another person's stream or on a video? It's not fucking allowed. So nice try, but you don't have a legal leg to stand on. Now, again, no one is going to sue you over it. I'm not. I don't have the time or money. I'm busy. I'd much rather make positive content and make a living here, which I'm very happy with. But continue to try to make a living breaking the law. And all I'm going to say is, just like with everyone else, it's going to come back to bite you. Just like everyone else out there who's wronged me, who's fucked with me, it's going to come back to bite you in the ass. Okay? It is. Karma is a bitch. And all these people who mess with me over the years, I didn't have to lift a finger. But the funny part is, everyone who's ever fucked with me, okay, has had it come back to bite them. The skeletons have come out of their closet. Okay? You can't, I'm telling you, you're fucked. You're messing, you're messing with the wrong guy. And the funny part is, it has nothing to do with me actively coming after you. I'm just telling you, it's coming. I hope you like your comeuppance. I hope you enjoy it. I really do. That when your crap hits your fan and explodes all over your fucking head and you're just covered in fucking feces, I hope that you're happy with yourself. Because all you're doing is making your own bed and you're going to have to sleep in it. Okay? All right. Anyway, let's continue. So, what did we talk about? We talked about the schedule. We talked about that. Oh, so some fun stuff is going on right now. We're at the end of the show right now, by the way. There's the ability on various different places, okay, to do what they call year-end wrap-ups or year-end reviews and stuff like that. And what I'd like to do is show you my years in reviews, okay, for various services. The first one, this one has been available for a few days, okay? This one is my Game Pass year in review. So what this is going to outline, everything that I've done under the Microsoft umbrella, both on my Xbox consoles, but also things that I still got on Game Pass on PC. This will not include games that I played under Steam. But this would include, you know, everything on Xbox Series X and anything through the Xbox app. Okay? So here we are. Year in review. Here's my gamer score as of now. You know, my gamer score was very high 10 years ago, but then the last decade I played mostly on Sony consoles, so I didn't get as many points anymore. Apparently I earned 17,000 points, or maybe that's the points I have. I'm not even sure. I think those are redeemable for something now. I might be able to get some credits. So, they said I'm a big-time brawler. There's no better feeling than winning a huge battle with your hands. So, my most played game in 2024 for Xbox was Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Okay? Yes, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. I played it for like almost 80 hours, right? I think it says it down here. Okay. So overall, 363 hours played. 23 different games played. Preferred platform was console, but of course that's going to change now, right? We know that. 205 achievements earned. I gained 5,000 gamer score this year, so not a lot. And my busiest month was May. I wonder why. I wonder what games I played particularly in May, right? Anyway, so yes, here we go. 275 hours on console, with 49% being role-playing games. That's pretty insane. PC, 89 hours, and that's literally since I started playing on the Xbox app. And I didn't play any mobile or cloud games, okay? I'm in the top 15% of players for overall time played, 2% for gamer score, 3% for number of achievements unlocked. My top game was Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, 78 hours played. And I was Photo Hunter. Only 23% of players unlocked the Photo Hunter achievement. I don't know what the Photo Hunter achievement is. There you go. Second most played game was Fallout 4, because we did my run of Fallout 4 with all DLCs included. Remember? So that's why. That was when the Fallout 4 TV show came out. And then recently, this must be, I was just going to say, this must be almost all of my time now. Call of Duty, Black Ops 6. So far, 62 hours played. Pretty crazy. I don't know what this achievement was, Betrayal. It might just be like a story achievement. So, other favorites? Now, wait a minute. This has nothing to do with me. This is not me. Because look, some of these I didn't play. Let's look. Another Crab's Treasure. Okay. I played a lot of that. Sea of Stars. I played that in January. Alone in the Dark. Yep, I played that. Dragon's Dogma 2, yes. Pal World is a yes. Flight Simulator recently, yes. Senua Saga. Stalker 2. Dead by Daylight. All this makes sense. Still Wakes the Deep. Little Kitty Big City. We did some multiverse. We did a little bit of Harold Halibut. What is this? When did I play Madden? Does anyone remember me playing Madden at all? I don't remember playing Madden. Does anyone remember this? I didn't play Madden, did I? I think they must be mistaken. Yeah, I don't know. I think they must be mistaken. How did it? I never booted that game, did I? Not to my knowledge. I don't know. A worthless video from Phil Spencer that I'm absolutely not going to watch. I played Madden with the trial. Oh, there was a Madden trial, and I played a game of Madden during my Super Bowl marathon event. That's what it was. So I literally booted the game once, and they counted it towards that. Oh. Well, this is my top Game Pass game of the year, because Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth was not Game Pass. Yeah, Game Pass, they're saying I've been on Game Pass for what, 5 years? 6 years? 5 years. Yep, 96 Game Pass games lifetime. That's interesting. Okay. Rewards. I earned 4,900 rewards points this year. But again, my total rewards, it says, is like 17,000. I wonder how many that is if we could get credit for it. And that's it. So that's my Xbox yearly year in review. So now let's do the Sony wrap-up. Oh. Error decoding lambda response. Error decoding lambda response. Unexpected end of JSON input. Jason. 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 Here is the PlayStation wrap-up. And I logged into my account, and I've been trying to do it, no lie, since the beginning of the podcast, and it doesn't work. So Sony launched their wrap-up page, but if you try to use it, it glitches and doesn't work. So I would love to do my wrap-up for you guys, but it won't work at all. It hasn't worked all day, and they just launched it overnight. So what a failure by Sony. They don't know how to get their own shit to work, and their wrap-up doesn't work. So I guess probably tomorrow, maybe I'll be able to do this. And it's funny because Crackerjack says it's got to be Baldur's Gate 3 was your most played game on PlayStation. It could be, right? I played that on PS5, so maybe it would be Baldur's Gate 3. I'm trying to think, like, viably what else this year did I play a ton of on PlayStation 5. Right now I'm playing Bloodborne, but that's not super... Oh, Jason! Unexpected end of Jason! Jason! What a bunch of fools. Well, it is what it is. What's up, Game Boy? How you doing? It is what it is. Maybe it's Street Fighter 6, because remember I was playing Street Fighter 6 on PS5 before I got my gaming PC in August. So that was many months of playing Street Fighter 6. Maybe that's it. Elden Ring, that's true too. It could be the Elden Ring DLC. Shadows of the Erdtree. I don't know. This will be an interesting one to check, but sadly, I can't check it because it doesn't work, because Sony has absolutely no clue what they're doing. Isn't that nice? Alrighty then. Alrighty then. We'll check it out tomorrow. What I'll do is I'll make a notation here. I'll actually like favorite it. Here, I'll favorite it. And we'll try to check it out again tomorrow and see if it works. Right now, I can't get it to work. Alright? Okay. So, what about Nintendo? I played 0 Nintendo games, didn't I? I don't think I played a single Nintendo game this year at all. JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation. It's commonly used to transmit data. No, it stands for Jason. Where's Jason? We can't find Jason to do the wrap-up. At this point, Jason is like an adult. Think about it. Heavy Rain came out in 2010. So Jason is like, he's like in his mid-20s. So we need to get Jason here, right? Here you go. Okay. So. Jason has tire marks over his head. That's messed up. Don't be saying that. As for, it's not Balatro, it's Balatro. The emphasis lies on the first syllable because Balatro was a professional jester in ancient Rome, hence the name. So it's Balatro. Oh, that is true. I did play Nintendo World Championships this year, and I played a good amount of it, and I liked it. We only stopped playing it because a ton of games started coming out in the summer, and we got wrapped up with those, and we never went back to it. So that is true. Since I got everything, you know, upgraded and new, I haven't played Nintendo World Championships. Okay. All right, so folks, we are at $28, or is it $20? See, my screen's too small now. Now I can't read the shit on it. We're at $20 of support. All right? And after the podcast ends in a few minutes, we're going to start playing Path of Exile 2. Hopefully you'll stick around and engage with the playthrough, because, again, I don't know anything about it besides apparently it's like Diablo. That's all I know. So hopefully you'll stick around and you'll hang out with me for Path of Exile 2, and we'll have a good time. And hopefully you'll support it. You know, I dropped the money for it, for the early access, because you guys told me to. You said it was going to be a great playthrough, and you wanted to see me play it. I didn't even know about it until you had told me. So hopefully this turns out well, and we have a good time, and it's a successful stream. So I hope that you guys will join me for it. All right? So we're in the final home stretch of the podcast. All right? And let's see here. Let's do something crazy. How about this one? This one is called Circuits. How does this one look? Whoa. So this one is, it looks like a bunch of like wires, but they're all various colors and they're going all over the place. Circuits, look at this. Like bursting color RGBs. Any plans to play Thing Remaster in January? Inflame? No, I have no idea. The Thing Remaster just came out. And like I said, I have too many games I'm playing. I cannot consider playing any more games right now. There's too many. In the future, perhaps, if you guys want me to. But I can't consider playing any new games right now. I'm already juggling too much. Okay? Why do you need a PC cam? This is the RGBs. Literally what's on my PC right now, you can now see behind me. It all matches up now. That's incredibly disturbing, Super Bonchan. Keep that to yourself. I don't need to know you're going to take a shower. If I received $1,000, would I play the Dimension, Shell Shock, and Levels of Shredder's Revenge? What is Dimension Shell Shock? I know you said that there's an expansion for Shredder's Revenge, but I don't know anything about it. I don't know how long it is, what the levels are. You know. You're also the only person who's been asking about Shredder's Revenge. I don't think anyone has asked me to play it but you. Yep, I did just have some dropped frames. Someone said I just noticed there was like a stutter in the line. I did just have some dropped frames. Yeah, apparently my ISP has been having issues recently. This morning, the internet completely dropped out, and then it came back, and they emailed me and said, yes, there was an outage temporarily. Last night, my Balatro stream was dropping tons and tons of frames and having connectivity issues, and that was on them. So I don't know what's going on, but I guess they've been having issues recently. I don't know. We haven't had many internet issues, up until this like past couple days. So it must just be bad luck, and hopefully they fix it. I mean, like I said yesterday, the power went out too, which is really annoying. Thank goodness I had these uninterrupted power supplies, because if I didn't, it might have messed with my new PCs. But I have them now, and they basically had the setup protected, which was awesome. I could do a marathon of Valve games like Team Fortress 2 and Portal. That could be viable. That could be viable for a reward. Sure. If we hit 50, goals hit, that could be viable for a marathon. No, I don't want an Applebee's gift card, Tyrone. There's a Radical Reptiles DLC that added the characters Mona Lisa and Mondo Gecko. So Mona Lisa is the female turtle, and Mondo Gecko is another character who's a mutated gecko, right, who helped them. Dimension Shell Shock added Usagi Jimbo and Karai. Usagi Jimbo, I know. The Ninja Rabbit. I don't know Karai. I don't know who that is. RIP Takeoff? What do you mean by that, Piper? What is Takeoff? RIP Takeoff. So yeah, every day, as long as I can keep this synced, which hopefully when my new router arrives, I'll be able to keep this synced even better. Let's check this one out. This one is called Jade. It's supposed to be all green. Yeah, it's green and a little bit of blue. Pretty nice. All these different ones. What's this one? Let's see. Black Hole. So it's like nothing, and then it's a bunch of purple swirling. How about nuclear? We're going nuclear. We're radioactive now. Like pulsating yellow. Yeah. These are cool, man. These are definitely cool. Well, okay, how about this? We're about to play Path of Exile 2, right? What colors are good for Path of Exile 2? What would you guys say would be the right color scheme for Path of Exile 2? Mauve? What the hell color is mauve? Fire red? Red. Everyone's saying red. Blood Moon red. All right, we have a few red colors. Remember, I showed you some of them? So we've got ruby was what we had the whole show. This is crimson, which is like a pulsating red. See that? It's just red, and it like pulsates all over. So we got a pure pulsating red. We've got, what other reds do I have? Lava. This is supposed to simulate like flowing lava flow behind you, so it has a little bit more of a like a almost like a fire effect to it. You like this one? Lava. I got a ton of these. I don't even have them all. Like, you can get a ridiculous amount, but I have like a few dozen. Let's see. Ruby you saw. Brimstone and Embers you've seen. Magma you saw. Fire you saw. You saw pretty much all the ones that I have that are red. Here's simulated fire. This is just supposed to be like a crackling fire, basically. See that? So it's like orange and red alternating. And then we've got, let's see. So that's fire. This is magma. Magma's not so good, I don't think. It's all right. No, it's good. They're all good. Like, the thing is, they're all good. Can I sync RGB to the colors displayed on my TV? There are plugins where you can sync RGB to what you're playing in a game. Okay? What I would need to do then, I would need to sync the RGBs to the ones in the gaming PC rather than the ones in the capture streaming PC, which I could do. I would just have to have that PC linked to the wireless downstairs, which means I have to install the antennas on that, which I don't have, but I could install them on there, and that would have wireless, and we could do it that way. Lava. You like lava? Lava more than magma? How about fireflies? This one isn't very good. This one isn't even very good on my PC either. It's almost complete blackness, and every once in a while there's a flicker of red firefly. It's not that good. Some of these are crazy. This one's supposed to be a fish tank. So it's simulated water with fish in it. Like colorful fish swimming through water. I could see that. Like one of those glowfish tanks. Yeah, that's what that looks like a glowfish tank. Brimstone. Maybe brimstone will be it. Here's brimstone. This just looks like a pulsating hot rocks with sparks shooting out of them, right? Do you want to... Oh, okay. Tajilla says, can you turn off the light? Yes. So it looks better without see, the spotlight kills it a little bit. You turn it off, you can see it a little better. See that? Does the color of the room affect me? No, not really. Looks good with the light off. Now it looks even better. It pulsates even better. Now I bet a lot of these would look way better. Like this one, the jade that you couldn't see before. Now you can see it better. See, green. It's green and blue, kind of like alternating. And that one still ain't very good. That one's still not very good at all. Lava lamp. I think this is just two blobs dancing around. But because my light strip is only one strip, it won't catch it very well at all. So this one kind of sucks. Yeah, see? It's only going to get color every once in a while, so that one blows. Soda? Ugh. It's like the color of cola. That's weird. Why would you want to be like brown? The color of cola. Well, I don't like that one. Ew. Back to lightsaber duel. The Jedi and the Sith fighting behind me. The lightsaber duel. Anyway. All right. Looks like the FBI are coming. Yes, the FBI are coming to get me. That's what this one is. All right, everyone. Well, let's end the show, and then let's get set up for the premiere of Path of Exile, which I hope that you guys will stick around for. It should be a good one. Hopefully it's good. You know, I don't know. I'm just going off of your feedback of what you guys have told me. So hopefully it's good, and we'll go from there. All right? All right, guys. So thank you so much for watching the Level 1 podcast today. Happy holidays to you and yours, whoever celebrates. So tomorrow, I'm sure, we'll be talking about Path of Exile and how Marvel Rivals did. Hopefully, we'll be talking about how we hit all our goals today. I guess we'll find out. But thank you guys so much. And I appreciate you all. I will see you all on Wednesday. Peace out.